When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome to the first edition of the Nate Moore Show for the 2021 season. Once again, this year, our show is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Savannah Kennedy. Joining me is Coach Moore. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hi, Savannah. Thanks for having me on.
Coach, your Tigers opened up the season with a 26-7 loss to Pickering Central last Friday night at home. Your Tigers fought hard but came up short. Can you summarize your thoughts for us?
Yeah, I was really proud of our kids. I thought our kids played their tails off, absolutely. We hit. We 2-3 plays away from being in that ball game at the end with a chance to win against a great team. So I'm proud of our kids and looking forward to next week.
On a positive note, what was it like playing in front of a crowd again?
It was great playing in front of a crowd. We really missed it last season. The kids feed off the energy of the fans. Especially in big situations, third downs. They play at their best when there's a lot of energy in the stadium, so we're happy to see everybody back.
The Tiger offense picked up just 135 yards of total offense. What did Pickering Central do in order to slow down that unit?
Well, they're really good. Is really what it boils down to. We ran the ball well at times. We hurt ourselves a little bit with some bad snaps and some penalties, and we struggled protecting the quarterback, and they were really good on the outside. They had the best player in the 2023 class at free safety. So it was tough going, throwing the football, especially when you get in an long situation. So. Against a good team like that, you just can't make those types of mistakes. We got to stay ahead of the chains and run the football, and we aim to get better at that this week.
What are some of the positive things that happened on offense that night?
Like I said, I thought we ran the ball really well. Really proud of our offensive line, and did a lot of really good things against some really good players in the run game. So we just needed more of it.
The defense was on the field a lot. Can you summarize your thoughts on how they played?
I thought our defense played really good. I thought they played their tails off. And I thought they hit really well, tackled well. Really proud of our defense.
How did your special teams perform against the Tigers?
I thought our special teams unit did a good job. The glaring mistake is that the fake punt that we gave up. You just can't do that. You get a really good offense like that off the field, you got to keep them off the field. So, we got to clean that up. But other than that, I thought we did a good job.
In a moment, we'll talk with the Tiger player, but first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
There was a time when 10 miles to the gallon was acceptable. Today's 40-plus mile per gallon cars weren't even in the rearview mirror back then. Of course, this Lennox air conditioner wasn't on the radar either. It's solar ready, the quietest, most energy-efficient air conditioner you can own. It's time to live in the now.
Call Reliable Heating and Cooling for the most advanced technology in heating and air conditioning. When you're ready to live in the now, call Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Thank you, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Joining me now is senior defensive end Riley Campbell. Riley, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
First of all, congratulations on being named a unit leader this year's team.
Thank you.
Tell us how you felt when you found out you were a unit leader.
I was pretty surprised at first just because I was kind of the new kid on the block. But I'm really happy that the coaches kind of saw my determination to be a part of this team and a part of this community.
Let's go back a little bit now. How old were you when you first started playing football, and who taught you the game?
I would have to say I was probably in kindergarten, and it was definitely my dad had a big influence on my game and everything like that.
You play defensive end. Describe some skills that are necessary to be successful in that position.
Well, you really just got to get off the ball fast and kind of hit the offensive lineman before he hits you, and don't let his hands get inside you.
Because of COVID restrictions, the crowd last season were very limited. What was it like running out on the field last week and seeing the huge crowd right before kickoff?
I mean, it was definitely a great thing to see the whole community back in Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, and the energy in the stadium, there's just nothing like it.
That's true. That's so true. Overall, how do you feel about how do you feel you and the defense played against Pickering Central?
I mean, we played really hard, and I mean, there was just a couple hiccups on offense that we need to fix. And besides that, I mean, getting the defense off the field is what we really need to do.
As a unit leader, what is your message to your teammates as you get ready to face off Glen Oak?
I mean, this week's definitely a statement game that we need to win, and we need to win by a pretty good amount just to show the rest of the teams on our schedule that we're still the Massillon Tigers, and you still need to scare us. You still need to be scared of us when we play you.
Thanks, Riley. Coach Moore will join us after we take this timeout on the Nate Moore Show.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
gonna let you go.
Welcome back to the Nate Moore Show. Coach, we just spoke with senior Riley Campbell. How would you summarize his progress in the offseason and what he means to the team's leadership-wise?
Riley's done a good job for us. He plays our wide receiver position and then our OB position on defense. I thought he really had a nice game, especially defensively. Was a big part in how that unit played, and he's one of our unit leaders, which means he's in charge of about 10 guys and responsible for the leadership in that unit. And I think Riley's doing a fine job with that.
There are only 2 captains on your team this year. Tell us more about those guys in addition to the unit leaders that have been selected.
Well, so our captains, we have 2 captains. They're Dominic Salvino and Darius McElroy. Great kids, do everything right. We choose captains by vote of the team. Those are 2 guys that the team picked, and I thought it was 2 fantastic choices, like I said. And then our unit leaders, we divide the team up into 12 units. Each unit is between 8 to 11 guys, typically. And they all have one player that's in charge of them, called the unit leader. They also have a coach that's in charge of them. So everything that we do is driven by those teams. You know, if you're going to manage that amount of people, you got to be able to break them up into smaller groups. And so the unit leaders, how they manage those units is really important to our team, and they've done a nice job so far.
There's always a lot of time and effort that goes into preparing for the season's opener. After a tough loss, will it be much of a challenge to get your guys back up and ready to play this Friday night?
Not at all.
All right. Your Tigers face Glen Oak this Friday night at home. What will you tell us about the Golden Eagles?
We're 1-0. And we're really looking forward to taking the field with them. It's not often that we get to play a team from Stark County in the regular season. So, we really appreciate Glen Oak for, keeping this rivalry going after a 1-year hiatus during the COVID year. We've got a really good quarterback who I thought was really good when he was a sophomore last time we played him. And, a defense with a really good linebacking core. They've got 4 really good ones, and a 6'4", 240-pound Sam linebacker. So they've got some talented kids on the field as well, and we're going to have to be at our best this week.
Glen Oak is one of just 2 Stark County opponents on this year's schedule. Does it mean a little bit more to your team when you face Federal League opponents?
It definitely means more. It's an honor to take the field with Stark County teams, and we only wish that we had more opportunities to do that.
We want to thank Coach Moore and Tiger Senior Riley Campbell for joining us on the show this week. The Nate Moore Show has been brought to you by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Savannah Kennedy. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
Hello, and welcome to the Stark County Humane Society. Today we're going to give you a few pointers when considering adopting a new furry friend. All animals here at the Stark County Humane Society are spayed, neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, dewormed, and if old enough, heartworm tested for our canine friends. Adopters will receive a free exam within 2 weeks of adoption at local veterinarian hospitals. We encourage all adopters to take full advantage of this. A one-time adoption fee is required for your new furry friend. When you adopt, you get an awesome adoption packet that includes treats for your new fur baby and savings for you. But this is not where the cost of adoption stops. Did you know the average cost of an animal like a new puppy or kitten can cost up to $500 annually? This includes annual veterinarian visits, preventative care, and everyday supplies like crate, litter, food, toys. But I hope this doesn't scare you away. Adopting an animal is a huge responsibility and a commitment. Please take the time to consider the cost of adopting a new pet into your family today. I hope to see you soon at the Stark County Humane Society. Please visit our website or visit us on social media for more information.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another season of Swing featuring Tiger Swing Band Director Jason Neel. We are on the air with you every Wednesday night following the Nate Moore Show. Our show is once again brought to you by our good friends at Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon. I'm your host, Dave Sheets, and with me is Mr. Neel. Mr. Neel, welcome back. Welcome to a new school year.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Good to be here.
Because we weren't back in school in time to record our show before last week's first game, we'll start today's show by looking back at last week's halftime show. What was the theme of the show, and how did the performance go overall?
Well, our theme for week one was a 90s revival swing show. We always like to start with our swing show, kind of give homage to our roots as the Tiger Swing Band. And interestingly enough, we didn't go all the way back to the 30s and 40s. We went back to the 1990s when a lot of this music was being revitalized. Brian Setzer Orchestra, Big Bad Voodoo Daddies, songs like that. So we did Jump, Jive, and Wail, Go Daddy-O, and Zoot Suit Riot, which featured every section of the band. And I really have never done anything like that, where we got all of the instruments together on the field. Usually they're kind of balanced around the field, but we had all the clarinets on one side and all the flutes on the other side, and just different places. And I thought it came off really well, and it was great to see a full stadium, lots of people enjoying the show. We got a good reaction from the crowd, and being a week early, the season bumped up a week early. All things considered, I thought the kids did a great job to learn a full pregame, full halftime, full postgame in the shorter time that we had this summer. So we were pleased with game one.
We're excited to have another season of swing here on WHS-TV, so let's do a little bit of a reboot. Now, what year is this for you here as the director of the Tiger Swing Band?
This is my 16th year as the director of the Swing Band, and I believe, 24th overall, so.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about the staff members who assist you here at the high school and others who are at the junior high.
Well, Jen Smith-Heisler is the assistant director here at the high school, and she does the jazz orchestra and does so much to help the band. And I mean, we work very well together here, and we've been working together for 16 years, and couldn't do it without her. We have 3 directors who are at the middle school: Chris Nussbaum, James Gates, and Montana Hollis. And our front rank advisor is Lauren Foster, and we have Bob Wenzel as the voice of the band. This is his 45th season as the voice of the Tiger Swing Band. So great staff. I love working with them, and we actually have everybody back. The entire staff is the same from last year, so that hasn't happened in a while. We've had at least one new member or someone retire, over the last 6-7 years. So it's nice to have everybody back this year.
Many people don't realize how much time you and the band put in each summer before we return to school. Tell us more about that. What's that schedule look like? And again, with the football season a week early, everything was bumped even earlier than that, huh?
Right. We took a risk, and we didn't go a full week earlier. We went a half a week earlier. So we started our squad leader training on July 12th. On a Monday, and then we brought everybody in on a Thursday this year to get a couple days ahead, And so, yeah, it's been since July 12th, and we had a game on August 20th, so it really wasn't, it was a month and a week. So it was similar to what we have, but just it felt rushed, partly because the Hall of Fame parade was on August 7th, and then the game was August 20th. So usually you got more time in between that parade and the first game. But no, we've had a lot of summer practices with the kids, a lot of hot summer practices, and they do put in a lot of time and a lot of work. So we're proud of them, and we're thankful that we've got kids who are still willing to give up their summer and come do this.
So besides last week's first game, and you mentioned the Hall of Fame parade, where else has the band performed up until now?
Well, we performed at, our drumline did the community parade. They call it the Hall of Fame kickoff parade with our majorettes, and front rank did that with the drumline. We did obviously the grand parade on August 7th, and we were very proud to have placed first in the Battle of the Bands for the Hall of Fame parade this year. So congratulations. Thank you very much. We're very excited about that. That means we get to go first in next year's parade, which is the best part of that. We performed at we had a preview night for our parents, a picnic in the stadium, and then we went to the Cuyahoga Falls Band show on Tuesday the 17th to do our halftime show there with 9 other bands. So that was a good night, a good kind of a scrimmage, if you will, kind of get some of the nerves out and get the first field performance for our new members. And it's interesting, we have freshmen and sophomores. Half the band had never been to a band show. because we didn't get to do any last year. So there's a lot of youth and a lot of lack of experience, for a better way to put it, in the band this year. So it was good to go to the Falls Band Show and get that there. And then obviously game one on the 20th. So
excellent. We'll have more with Mr. Neel here on Swing, but first this word from Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon.
Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon has the best selection of tiger apparel in the area. And once again, Howard's Tiger Rags is the proud sponsor of the Swing TV show on WHS-TV. Be sure to check out their large selection of infant and toddler apparel. You can even dress up your favorite pet in tiger gear. See their large selection of memorabilia along with mugs and glasses and your favorite tiger jewelry. How about a license plate holder or a tiger hat? Howard's has one to fit your style. Stop in at Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
And welcome back to Swing, and thanks to our good friends at Howard's Tiger Rags. Mr. Neel, besides the regular band members we see marching each week, you also have students filling the roles of drum major, majorettes, and obie. How are these students selected for these positions?
Well, each of those positions that you just named has a specific tryout procedure, and so we open it up to students who have marched. For the drum major, they have to have marched a year. Same with obie. The majorettes is more of a skill that some of them have been working on, from a young age. So they're actually allowed to march on the majorette line as freshmen. That wasn't always the case, but we made that decision to give people an opportunity to do what they've been really training to do. There's some, teacher evaluations in some of those leadership positions, especially drum major and obie. But we have, the staff judges the drum major and the obie competition, and then we have outside judges come in to judge our majorette tryouts. So those take place in the spring, usually end of April, early May. We're selecting those positions for the following season. But we call that whole group our front rank or auxiliary group. And this year they're led by Lauren Foster again, and she does a great job working with that crew. But no, we are, we consider those leadership positions, and there's a very in-depth tryouts for all of them.
In the early part of the season, the warm weather certainly can be a factor on game nights. Tell us some of the ways that you help your band members battle the high temperatures when they're on the field.
Well, we preach hydration, all the time. We're drinking lots of fluids at nighttime so that you have stuff for the next day, you're hydrated. But in addition to that, we will wear our white band t-shirt under the uniform. And this is a perfect example. Friday night it was warm. After that pregame show, we had everybody take off their band jacket. And so we still look uniform because you have the same t-shirt on underneath. And we were able to sit during the first half, and then even after halftime in the second half, take that jacket off a little bit, just keeps them a little cooler for the next time they go back out on the field. So they were appreciative of that, and that's one of the reasons why we're uniform, even under the uniform, so that we can still look the same in the stands.
And finally, in this week's show, would you please give us the details about the halftime show this Friday night when the Tigers take on Glen Oak?
Yes, our theme this week is it's a triple threat is the I guess the title of the show, but it's an idea from Broadway. If someone's a triple threat, they're good at acting, dancing, and singing. Okay. They can do all those things. So we have 3 songs after our opening routine. Which obviously the opening routine is Fanfare, Tiger Rag, Carry On, same as since we've been doing since 1938. But after that, we're going to do Land of Make Believe, which is an acting, an idea that we'll do a little acting with the band, and then we've got Dancing Queen, and the band's going to do some dancing for you, and then the last one is a song called Sing by Pentatonics, and so the band will do a little singing. So we're going to be a triple threat on Friday night.
And I'm sure our viewers will look forward to that one a lot.
We're excited.
Thank you so much. Yes, well, we appreciate your time again this week.
Absolutely.
That'll do it for the first edition of Swing for the 2021 season. Mr. Neel, thank you so much for joining us. Our show is brought to you again this season by Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon. I'm your host, Dave Sheets. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
Bye, sweetie. I love you.
Bye, Mommy. I love you.
No matter where life takes you, MCTV helps make sure you're never far from home.
Hi. Are you being good for Daddy?
Yes. Can we read a bedtime story?
MCTV connects you to home because that's what matters most.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
MCTV. We go the extra smile.